Hi, how can I help you today?
Hi, I'm here to pick up my son's Game Boy Advance system.
Great, how many units did you reserve?
Just one.
Okay, and what games did you reserve?
Well, none. I thought that he could play the games he had on this new unit.
Oh, absolutely, but take a look at how cool these new games are. The enhanced color, the graphics, it's all just so improved.
You know what? Thanks anyway. I'm gonna let him use his old games still for a
sure.
while.
No problem.
It's finally here, my modded pink Game Boy Advance. I got this from J-Boy Mods, roughly came around like 4 to 6 weeks. He mods plenty of other stuff, but I really wanted a Game Boy Advance. There's many different buttons, many different colors for the shell too. And I never really had this growing up. I had the newer version, which is the Game Boy Advance SP. Like, look how bright this screen is. It's an IPS screen, it's modded. It's not like the original Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy Advance SP. So this is what it looks like. The Game Boy Advance SP, kind of like, it's like a sandwich. You can like close it and open it, but like look at the screen. It's like night and day, the difference. I can also change the brightness for the modded Game Boy Advance by pressing select and L at the same time. 15 is the brightest and 1 is the lowest. The other options, I don't know what they do yet, and I don't want to like modify them because I'm worried I might break the modded Game Boy Advance, but I probably won't. Alongside the modded screen and being able to change the brightness, I got tactile buttons for the controller. I got the USB-C charging thing on the bottom, and an audio amplifier, so it's a bit louder. It's a lot louder than the original Game Boy Advance. But besides from those like extra modded stuff, it plays like a regular Game Boy Advance, so I'm really happy that I have it. Here's how the shoulder buttons sound like. Here's turning on the Game Boys. For the games I'm going to be playing on my modded Game Boy Advance, we gotta start off with Pokemon Fire Red. I've had Pokemon Fire Red since I was like 7 or 8 years old. I remember going to Ross with my mom and just following her and just playing the game constantly. It was probably my favorite game. It was absolutely my favorite game on my Game Boy Advance SP. But I got rid of my old save file, transferred all of my Pokemon to whatever Pokemon game I transferred them to, and we're gonna shiny hunt on my new Game Boy Advance pink thing. Yeah, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm like 143 resets or something. I don't know. I left my tally marker at my partner's house, but there's no luck so far with this sped up clip. I've tried so many times, like 100, whatever I just said, I'm forgetting already, but I'm also tallying how many female Charmanders I get, because I feel like that's pretty rare, right guys? I don't know. Someone tell me below in the comments section, and tell me if you ever shiny hunted in Pokemon Fire Red. I'm sure a lot of people have, but this is my first shiny hunt ever. No luck so far. I hope I get it. I've been getting a lot of animated Charmanders too. I think that's a good nature as well. I don't know. I don't really care. I just want a shiny Charmander because shiny Charizard is black. He is so cool. I'm gonna put him up on screen right now. He's amazing. The sprite work is beautiful, and it just gets better with each pixel art generation Pokemon game. Also, if you guys haven't noticed yet, I named my rival Pookie. I gotta have some fun while I do the resets, okay? So wish me luck, guys. The next game I have in my collection is Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I don't really play a lot of tactical RPGs, so I might as well just try out a new game and have fun with it on my Game Boy Advance. I bought the remaster version of the original, I believe, on Steam, called Final Fantasy Tactics The Evilus or Ivalice Chronicles. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but so far I like Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I'm still early on, like I am on mission like 3 or 4 or something. The only thing I don't like about it so far is that it's super slow and I can't speed it up like modern games or just modern remakes of old games. The isometric art is beautiful. I also draw pixel art, but not at this level, but there's so much dedication to like isometric pixel art that I'm really happy when I play the game. The colors are very beautiful, as you see now. I'm at the mission. Here's some gameplay of me doing the mission. I don't really get far into the mission because once again, I do not play lots of tactical RPG games, nor have I played any. So you'll see later on that I moved one of my characters up way too far, and he gets like hit by 3 people, or he's surrounded by 3 units. So I'm like, oh man, I messed up. But obviously, I'm not gonna save, right? This is just gameplay for you guys and to see me playing it basically on my modded Game Boy Advance. I believe the story, if I remember correctly, is that the main dude, yourself, you get isekai'd into this world. You're reading a book called Final Fantasy, so I thought that was really cool. So yeah, hopefully I can beat the game. And yeah, here's me losing if you want to watch more of it, but on to the next game. All right. A collection will not be complete without Super Mario World or Super Mario Advance 2, whatever you want to call it. I think, hot take, this is probably a crazy hot take because I need to remember there's also other handheld Mario games on the DS and also on the Game Boy, but I think this is my favorite Mario handheld game ever. Cape is an amazing ability. Again, like Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, the colors are beautiful. My cousin had this game growing up and I could never borrow it from him, so whenever I got to play it was at his house basically on his DS Lite. But I'm glad I have a loose cartridge of it. I don't need the full box. Oh my god, this game is the fucking GOAT, okay? I don't have anything else to say because you guys all know this game already. Do you guys remember that ROM hack called Super Mario Kaizo World, Super Kaizo World? I don't know, whatever it's called, but again, I've seen so many videos of this game and I played this so much growing up at my cousin's house that I'm glad I have it. I'm gonna cherish it forever and play the hell out of it, and I'm glad it's in my collection now. Also, Luigi is here. Luigi! Next game in my collection is Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Fun fact, I didn't beat this game growing up. I had to beat the remake version of this on the PlayStation 2 when it got released, whenever it got released. But I'm glad I didn't get rid of it after not beating it at all because I was just really frustrated. I'm level 76, I have 29 hours in. Whatever fight you had to do before the 13th floor, I don't know if you had to fight Axel again or the last replica Riku fight. It was just super duper hard for me as a kid, so I just dropped it until the remake came out. But yeah, this game was really weird. Look, my deck is just stupid. I have elixirs, mega elixirs. Cloud's super edgy in this game, especially in Chain Memories and Kingdom Hearts 1, basically. He has Sephiroth's wing, he has Vincent's cape and Claw. Now I'm just glazing Cloud, I'm not talking about this game. Will I beat the game in 2026 on my pink Game Boy Advance? No. Well, maybe. I'm pretty close. I'm basically on the last floor, but I don't know. I don't think I want to put myself in that pain, but look how cool Cloud is. Omni Slash. Oh my god. Maybe I will beat the game. Maybe. I'll think about it. Next game in my collection is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. I bought this game alongside Final Fantasy Tactics and Super Mario World. I forgot to mention that earlier. Sorry about that. But I bought them off DK Oldies. I heard DK Oldies has a bad rep to them for being like super expensive and like not legitimate. But again, these games work and hopefully they're legitimate and shipping wasn't too much. And it was really fast, so I had a great experience, so I'll probably order from them again. Anyways, cousin had Blue Rescue Team, same with Mario World. Couldn't borrow it, but I got to play it when I was over. Then eventually, when the next versions of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon came out, Pokemon Time and Darkness, I bought Time, and Time was amazing. It was awesome. Don't have Sky. I heard Sky is the best mystery dungeon of all time. But guess right now which Pokemon I get. I was pretty satisfied with the Pokemon. Will I beat the game or will I play it? No, because it got remastered on the Switch, and I think I beat that game because the final boss is for Quasar, right? But yeah, I'm not gonna play this game. It's just I want it for my collection. And again, I don't care if I don't have the box for any of these games. I'm just glad I have a Game Boy Advance and that these games work still. So, do you think you're cool? Be honest. No. Are you a boy or a girl? Boy. Timid. What? Let's see who I get. There's 16 Pokemon you can be, so guess now. Woohoo! Cyndaquil! I love Johto. Speaking of Johto, Johto's right here. Pokemon Liquid Crystal version is the last game of my collection, and let's admire how beautiful this cartridge looks. Oh my god, it's beautiful behind my pink Game Boy Advance. Like, look, oh my god, so good. I forgot to mention that this is also a ROM hack. Yes, a physical ROM hack. This is kind of cool to have, and I will also cherish this forever. Anyways, this is a demake of Pokemon Crystal with Fire Red sprites and some custom sprites, of course, because again, it's a ROM hack. Oh, and custom music. I don't know if I said that. And yeah, so far the story is 1-to-1. There's a side story going on alongside the main stuff of like this rival named Axel and then this other guy, I don't know his name. But you have 3 rivals, because those 2 in Silver. Currently, my team is quite similar to how it is in Pokemon Heart Gold, but I think eventually I'm gonna like revamp my whole team because all Pokemon in this game can evolve. like differently. Like Ghastly, you don't have to trade it anymore to become Gengar. Steelix, you just give like a metal coat. Same with Cypher to Scizor. Oh my god, I almost forgot his name. But yeah, I'm gonna change my team up eventually, but that's whenever I find those Pokemon, because I'm trying to play this game kind of blind, even though it's just a demake, like I said, essentially. But there's some new twists and turns that I don't expect, and unexpected rival fights and unexpected Pokemon I run into. So yeah, I wanna change my team. The only gripe I have with this game is right here. Every trainer battle has a potion. Like, why is she using this super potion? You're not a gym leader. Like, that's my biggest gripe, that every fight just becomes super tedious and none of the trainers give you any money. Like, look at that. I have no money, essentially. Besides from that one problem, this is my most played game on my Game Boy Advance. I love Johto and I love Pokemon. If you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching. I just want to say that I feel like handheld gaming and or retro gaming is making a comeback. I've seen many videos of people talking about their modded Game Boy Advance or their modded Game Boy Advance SP or even their modded 3DS, because apparently that's super easy to like mod. Apparently I didn't know that, but it's just nice to see that these people still exist and people are still enjoying this console. And they're still playing this, and I don't want to say that, you know, old game better than new game, but it's just nice to see, again, that these people still exist and this is still around. I also want to thank my partner for playing Animal Crossing on my 3DS, because I thought I lost my joy of playing like any of these games, or just any game in general, but seeing them play Animal Crossing on my 3DS, it was just a beautiful sight to see. So thank you if you're watching. but yeah, thanks for watching, and sorry for the lack of videos, just haven't been home. But yeah, thanks for watching. See my guy right there? That's my fucking guy. That's my guy.